An important part of the State of the Nation address is the military plays an important role in that regard in terms of the 21 gun salute and all of that. This afternoon we have with us Colonel Mosiani to speak to us. Good afternoon, Colonel, and thank you for joining us.
Good afternoon and thank you very much. As confirmed, I'm Colonel Semi Musiani, representing the South African National Defence Force for this great event, which will be commencing earlier on. Which will be commencing this evening. We will start with the whole ceremonial proceedings from 5:30. The following elements are involved in this State of the Nation address by the Commander-in-Chief. We have the South African Army, that is the pride of the Lions, and the second service is the South African Air Force members who are also involved. Thirdly, we have the members from the South African Navy. Fourthly, then we have members from the South African Military Health Services. The bands also in this regard. The National Ceremonial Guard, which is going to play a critical role in this regard by marching through the street lining route that has already been identified, where rehearsals have been done accordingly, until they are now in position in front of the City Hall, now being the precinct for this event.
In terms of procedure, basically it would be like a normal State of the Nation address that would occur in Parliament in terms of all the various role players that you've alluded to.
That's correct. The change in venue does not necessarily mean now there is a change with regard to ceremonial activities. They basically remain the same. The only difference is that the change of route, but all activities basically remain the same and the force levels.
In terms of the deployment of the Army, what role does the Army, you've spoken of the various parts, but just to give us an idea of how many members of the Army are around the precincts of Parliament this afternoon?
Well, I can confirm that close to 988 members who are participants in this event are ready.
And for you as the Army, as a Colonel of the Army, how an important event is the State of the Nation address, that comes up every year and perhaps 2 times a year when there's a election year. So how important an event is this on your calendar?
It is very important based on the fact that as the South African National Defence Force, then we have that opportunity to showcase what we are capable of in terms of making sure that ceremonies like this, the military is there to ensure that an appropriate respect is paid to the dignitaries, especially the Commander-in-Chief in this regard.
And from the Army's perspective, how much of preparation goes in?
Well, a lot of preparations went in, but as soon as we received the instruction or the directive from Chief of the South African National Defence Force, we acted with a responsible speed, and then we managed in less than 72 hours to make sure that rehearsals have been done and all the logistical arrangements are in place for this event.
In the past, we've had disruptions within Parliament where the EFF were being disruptive. We've had the Parliament burned down. If things, God forbid, goes wrong, will there be a role that the Army may have to play in that regard?
Well, we are not necessarily anticipating a situation like that, but what I can say at this point in time is that the South African National Defence Force is always ready to bring the situation to calm. In addition, we'll also, because we are not necessarily operating alone in this regard, the South African Police Services will also work in conjunction with us.
Thank you very much. We look forward to the contributions of the Army later this afternoon.
Pleasure. Thank you very much.
Have a lovely afternoon. Bye-bye.
Thanks.